As many of you know, the Reverend Larry Doggett passed away recently, and as a homage to Reverend Doggett, Hometown Monticello and Hometown Warren is playing our latest recording of him. We're here with Larry Doggett, the self-described round mound of sound at KHBM Radio, the sound of the Archivist. Good morning. You're listening to KHBM. 93.7 FM, Monticello, Arkansas. Doggett with you in the morning time on this Monday morning, March the 22nd. Here's a look at the weather forecast for today. We'll start out with cloudy skies and followed by some partial clearing. Highs going to range in the lower 60s with a west-northwesterly wind 10 to 15. Tonight, mostly clear, lows in the lower 40s with a west wind 5 to 10. And then on Tuesday, we'll have some clouds followed by mostly sunny skies in the afternoon and highs in the mid-70s with a southwest wind 5 to 10. So pretty nice weather after this chilly weekend that we had. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Glad to have Mr. Chris Garrett with Cablevision in the studio this morning. We're doing some videoing for the magazine show on Cablevision Channel 19. So you can tune in to that. What is that going to be, about a week away or something like that? Sunday at 5 p.m. And so you can see the round mound in action on Cablevision Channel 19. Keep it here. We got news and weather and sports and music coming your way with Doggett in the morning time.
Now, Larry, how did you get into radio? Tell us about your radio career and what are you doing right here?
Well, it was all accident, really. I was living in Fort Smith, Arkansas, pastoring. I've had a very checkered career. I started out in computers and had a computer software consulting company for years, and retired out of that and went into ministry. And we had a gospel station in Fort Smith that lost their morning DJ, and he asked me if I'd come fill in, and I said yeah. And so I got to liking it so much and worked out with my ministry there in Fort Smith that stayed in radio, and then when we moved down here, I was pastoring, and the morning guy quit here at KHBM about 15 years ago, and Truman Hamilton owned the stations at that time, and so he asked me if I'd like to be a morning person, and I said, yeah, I'd do it for a little while. I had no idea that it was I'd be here 15 years, but that's how it started. It all started by accident. And it's an outlet I enjoy it. I enjoy playing the music, being on the air, and hopefully starting people's morning out right, you know. And life is all attitude, so we'll play some music to get them in the right attitude in the morning.
So you're an ordained minister?
Yes, sir.
Tell me about your church.
Yeah, I pastor Fountain Life Christian Center here in town. We're an interdenominational church located on Midway Route, not Midway Route, on Warren Road. See how confused I am early in the morning time. And pastor there, and we have a Christian school there, and God has blessed us. And so, and then we're on Cablevision on 19 on Sunday with a Sunday morning broadcast. Well, we appreciate you guys so much at Cablevision allowing us local churches to do that. And so I pastor and do early morning radio show. I also do some selling of radio advertisement and what they call a bivocational pastor, and enjoy that type of life. We just finished the song. We got to take a break and do something here on the air, and we'll be right back with y'all. 16 minutes, almost 17 minutes now past the hour of 6, and 38 chilly degrees outside this morning. You might need a light jacket as you start out, but it's supposed to warm on up. Now, if you got a lot of insulation like me, yeah, I got plenty of insulation. You won't need a jacket today. I started out without a jacket, and I'll end the day without a jacket. We're going to have cloudy skies starting out with partial clearing, and temperature is not too bad today. Highs in the lower 60s. With a west-northwesterly wind, 10 to 15. That was better than yesterday and the rain and snowflakes and sleet pellets that we had here in the Archivist. On the on the first full day of spring. Didn't feel like spring yesterday, but it's going to get a little closer to that today. So hope you're able to get out and about and enjoy. We got our county agent report coming up with Miss Donna Francis.
Of course, Larry, the folks in Monticello hear you on the air, but your signal reaches further than Monticello. Tell us about the footprint of your signal.
Yeah, we reach down to northern Louisiana to the south and over to the east around Greenville area and a little beyond, and then northward we reach as far as Little Rock on good weather days, and around to the edge of the Hot Springs area. So we got a wide footprint on KHBM, and touch a lot of people. And I got listeners all around the ArkLaMiss that contact me either through email or whatever. And if you want to email me, it's khbm.radio@yahoo.com. That's real easy. Just make sure my name's in the subject line. Put Larry in or Round Mound, either one, whatever you want to call me in the subject line, and I'll get it.
Speaking of that moniker, the Round Mound sound, where'd that come from?
Can't you tell by looking, man? It come from my front porch. I don't know how I come up with it, but I just I thought it fit me because I'm round and I'm mound. Okay, and I gotta.
You're pretty adept at rhyming things, I've noticed on the radio, so that's part and parcel of it.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I like to rhyme. It helps my mind out a little bit to rhyme things together sometimes. And I really don't know how I come up with it, other than I thought it fit me well with I got one of those big Santa Claus bellies, you know. And I'm working on trying to lose some of it, but it's still coming off slow. I like to eat too much.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Matter of fact, I had breakfast before you got here this morning.
Goodness gracious.
We got more music coming. Let me get on the air here a minute. More music coming your way now, and here's the Bee Gees and Alone with Doggett in the Morning Time, and Mr. Chris Garrett from Cablevision with us this morning.
Larry, tell us, do people, when you're out and about, do they recognize your voice?
Yes, my voice is very distinctive. And so there's some commercials, you know, we do commercial production here too for clients. There's some commercial production my voice just won't match with because my voice is so distinctive. But yeah, I'll be walking through Walmart or one of the local stores here, and somebody will say, that's the Round Mound, or that's Doggett in the Morning Time. And I appreciate that. We got a very friendly town, and I've got great listeners on the Doggett in the Morning Time show. I appreciate every one of them. And I just want to try to brighten their day. That's the reason I'm here. That's my goal, is to help those who maybe got up on the wrong side of the bed in the morning time and get their day started out right, because life is all attitude, and if we can adjust it through music, and music is very important on the emotions of man, and so we just try to bring a little brightness to the day.
Now, Larry, before you actually go on the air, there's a lot of things you have to do to get ready to go.
A lot of prep work, yeah. We actually have 4 stations here, so when I come in, the first thing I do in the morning, I walk in all the studios and make sure there's no problem in the station with them running. They're on the air and doing what they're supposed to do. And from that time, I will come and crawl in the chair here at the computer and start pulling news. I'd like to thank MonticelloLive.com. They supply a lot of our local news for us. But I get on the computer, pull the weather forecast, go to the fax machine, pull any news that's come in there, which includes obituaries. We normally get obituaries through the fax machine. And so I start pulling news together, and I'll get on the internet and pull local news and get the weather, then go over in the production room and record the obituaries, record the weather, because obituaries run, they run on our sister station KXSA as well as KHBM on the station I'm on here. And the weather runs on all of our stations, so I pre-record that. Everything is assigned a number, and the computer, when that number comes up, pulls it and runs it. And so I'm in here early morning pulling news and seeing what's happening the night before and getting it ready for to go on the air. And then once I get all that recorded, I'll start pulling news, short stories, which I'm doing here while music is running, because it's a popular item that we run about, somewhere around 10 minutes before 7. Some of it's humorous, some of it's sad, but people enjoy the news short story bag, and that's been part of the show for a long time, and very popular on the show. And in between doing music, then I'm doing that, and then in the hour, I'll also be searching the internet, looking to see if any breaking news that I need to talk about. So that's kind of the way things go on during the day.
Jimmy Sledge, the owners of the station, tell us about him, and tell us about you playing a lot of. Jed Clampett the other day on one of the shows complimented you so much for playing local artists on your show. Tell us about what you can do and what Mr. Sledge doesn't want you to do, if that's the case.
Yeah, well, I work for a great man. Jimmy's a great guy to work for. I guess I haven't sit down and talked with him, but I know Jimmy's been in radio about all of his life because his daddy owned a radio station over Warren, so he grew up in radio. But he is very liberal in what he allows me to do on my show. The show has had success, and we appreciate the good Lord and the listeners for that. But I play classic rock, the old time, all the way from the 50s all the way up into the 90s, and blessed to do that. Like I say, Jimmy's been in radio for a long time, and we do play local artists, but there is a stipulation on the local artists. Of course, number one, it's got to be airworthy, and that's just a judgment call. We like for it to be licensed, and the guys we play, the writers especially, registered with BMI or ASCAP or one of the writing associations, and of course that's how they get their royalties. And so we like for the music to be licensed, and with that we can pretty well play it, if it's airworthy. And so we have some great groups around here that are part-time or full-time musicians. Jed, is back on the road singing, and Jerry McCoy and the Hammers, they're a popular group around this area. Michael Holloway, the southpaw from Arkansas. Jerry McCoy played a lot in Nashville, and played with a lot of big-time guys, and played on many records, and he moved back here to help take care of his parents. And of course, him and Ben Arrington, they all got together and formed Jerry McCoy and the Hammers. Michael Holloway followed basically the same thing. He came back he was in Nashville, and worked out of Nashville, but he moved back to help take care of his parents. And so these guys come back, been out on the road, come back, and they're good enough to be on the air. They're just quality musicians, quality singers, and we do play local groups on the show, and we prefer, like I said, the music be licensed, and these guys are, so we don't have any problem with that. That way we stay out of trouble with record companies, because we have to provide a list of what is played on the air to the Writers Association record companies, because that's the way writers make their money. So,
Larry, I'll hark back to the movie American Graffiti, when the kids were going to the radio station and old Wolfman Jack was there. This is kind of a remote station in the woods, and you're up here kind of on a hill, kind of remote. Tell us about your plans for the future.
All right. Yeah, we are kind of remote out here on Midway Route, but that's nice. We got the towers out here and satellite dish. Some people may not know where we're located, but we're located on Midway Route, 279 Midway Route. And if you're traveling out Midway Route from Main Street here in Monticello, when you get out to where you see the satellite dishes and towers, that's where we're located at. Well, my future, I guess I'll be working as long as Mr. Sledge will allow me to. I enjoy what I do, and really no high pressure. you just got, you know you're going to be on the air, and you got to do things right on the air, but it's really a low-pressure job as far as I'm concerned, and I enjoy what I do, and so as long as I have health and as long as I enjoy it, and I'm enjoying every minute of it, I'll keep doing it, I guess, till the good Lord jerks me out of here.